Wow. I just can't even believe the ending to the story. It's not even the ending. It's just the explosion. The Hoover, Alabama police have given an update on the Carlee Russell story. I don't know what to say, guys. I feel like I got to retire. I feel like I've got like 7 rings in some championship of calling out scams. I don't know how many more championship rings I can fit on my fingers. It's getting crazy. This is getting crazy. I'm sitting here wondering, like, when is Black America going to give me my flowers? Why is it always talking trash to me, calling me, oh, she's attacking Carlee Russell because she's a Black woman? No, I attacked her because her story made no sense, and I have a brain, okay? I don't know why being Black has to be synonymous with not having a brain and being able to call things out that look like a scam. Also, let me also say, though, there were a lot of people that were calling this out, too, that were Black, that were saying, like, no, I hate Candace, but the story is a little suspect. A lot of people were like, oh, we need to believe Black women. Like, this story is worse than Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett hired 2 Nigerians to attack him in a polar vortex, fake attack him, throw some bleach on him. But at least, like, he hired someone to do this to him in an attempt to make it look real, even though he hired 2 big Black Nigerian men. But the reality of the situation is that Carlee Russell, Carlee Smollett, Carlee Jussie 2.0, the female Jussie Smollett, she did this. She snatched her own wig. She snatched her own wig. Okay, now in case you haven't been following the story, I can't really update you on this, like, all the way. Girl, she's a Black girl. It's only relevant because people were saying that if you didn't get behind the story and accept what she said, then you were a racist. But she was driving in Alabama. She said she saw a toddler on the side of the road, a white toddler that was 3 or 4 years old, wearing a pamper and had a white T-shirt on, and she pulled over her car to help them, and then she got abducted. She's on the phone with somebody. They hear a scream. The police arrive 5 minutes later. They see her wig. She snatched her own wig, y'all. She snatched her own wig, okay? They see her wig. They see her phone, which is still open line, she was on the phone with a friend of hers when she got snatched, allegedly. Her purse is in the car. She has some food that she ordered in the car. She's got her keys in the car. The car was running. So this is supposed to look like an abduction. And then she turns up 49 hours later at her house, and her parents give this interview to NBC saying she just needs time to deal mentally. And everyone was like, leave her alone. Black women are healing. We need to let Black women heal and have their space. And even when we go through trauma, did you want her to die? No. We want to know if there's a crazy abductor on the loose who's snatching toddlers and using them to lure women off of busy highways. A lot of red flags. Suddenly the family's getting a little clammy. Family doesn't want to talk. They're like, oh, we don't want to talk about it. I know we demanded that everybody talk about it, but now we don't want to talk about it. She needs time to heal. Mom's on NBC saying there's an ongoing investigation, but her abductor is out there. Dad and mom are not looking like they're telling the truth. I'm a gut player. I'm like, they sound like they don't really know what to say or what to do, and are hoping people don't ask questions and move on. But obviously there was public interest in this. So finally, the Hoover Police Department came out today and they gave a press conference. And here are the details thus far, because apparently Carlee won't talk to them any further. She gave them an initial statement when her parents called the ambulance, and when she arrived home, and like she was in perfect condition, but like seemed like she was shocked. And her initial statement that she gave to police was that a man with red hair who was balding, it sounds like a description, Donald Trump, I think is what she was going for in her head. And he lured her with this toddler, and she asked the toddler if he was okay. And the man came out of the woods, the balding guy with the orange hair came out of the woods. That's what she told the police. And he was like, the toddler's fine, the toddler's fine. And then suddenly he grabbed Carlee, and he took her into the woods, into a trailer. And so she was like in a trailer vehicle, but somehow she made her way out of there. And then somebody else snatched her in a car and took her to a house residence. Guys, I'm not making this up. You go watch the police. Police tell the story. And they got her naked and took pictures of her. And she doesn't remember all the parts. They didn't do anything. They didn't touch her, but they took pictures of her. and they fed her like Cheez-Its. Like they fed her like food or like some chips or whatever. And then somehow she managed to escape them. So she's escaped like 3 different abductors, and she managed to, on foot, go all the way back home. So she just is amazing at escaping all of these abductors. And she remembers hearing a female voice, but she never saw the female. So she told the police officers, and she heard the child, but she never saw the child. It's, very shady, but now she needs mental healing. So what do the police do? So the police are just like, okay, she's not telling us anymore. We can't talk to her. Parents are getting a little clammy. So they just conduct a basic investigation, and they find out that Carlee stole from work, okay? Somebody said, is that Prince Harry being described? Oh, Charlene, it might be. Maybe Donald Trump or Prince Harry. One of those two abducted her from the woods, okay? And if you don't believe it, then you might just have a brain. So then the police conduct this investigation, and it turns out that they go back to her place of work. Remember, she was working that day before she got snatched by the toddler lurer. And what happened was they spoke, and it turns out that she stole from work that day, and they caught her on surveillance camera stealing bathrobes and things of that nature. And that stuff was not found in the car, in the running vehicle. She took it with her. Also, she made a stop at Target before she saw this naked but toddler walking down the highway. And she bought Cheez-Its, ironically, which we know somebody fed her something like that. The second or third abductor fed her that. And she bought snacks from Target, but the snacks were not found in the car either. So apparently her abductor didn't just take her. They left her purse, they left her Apple Watch, they left her phone, but they took her Cheez-Its and her bathrobe from work. Then the police did some real police work, and they realized, oh, well, she left her phone, so let's just go through her phone and see who she was calling, who she was texting, and what she was Googling. So they contacted the Secret Service, and I'm like, okay, well, now your story really better add up, because Secret Service are involved. Even though they can't find cocaine in the White House, they're definitely about to figure out this Carlee Russell story. So the Secret Service are able to determine, or the FBI, everyone's involved now trying to find this girl. And her Google searches, you guys, I'm done. I got to retire after this. 8 hours before while she was at work, whatever it was, she was Googling the movie Taken. The movie about the abducted girl. It's just like crazy. This is crazy. Okay? She Googled the movie Taken. It's a weird thing to Google and then actually get taken on the side of the road, but Carlee Russell has this kind of luck. She also Googled, can I pay for an Amber Alert? So she was going to either send an Amber Alert. She said, how old? And she Googled again, like, how old do you have to be to qualify for an Amber Alert? So it feels like she was maybe going to send an Amber Alert out on herself. Maybe the toddler, maybe her. I'm not sure. The story gets a little confusing. Maybe Amber Alert on the guy with the red hair, the Prince Harry character in the woods. None of us are really sure what the Amber Alert's going to be, but that's what she Googled. She happened to Google on this day that she snatched her own wig, and now the police are realizing, okay, that's a little ironic, sounds a little suspect. And she also purchased bus tickets from where she was in Birmingham to where I am in Nashville. So she was trying to get up to Nashville. I don't know what she was trying to get to Nashville for, but this obviously means that Carlee staged her own abduction. Now, people are wondering, like, were the parents in on this? I don't think the parents were in on this initially. But you will bet anything. If you go back and watch that interview, like it's like just like Jussie Smollett 2.0, he then was crying. You can just read people. Like, a lot of this is just common sense, right? The parents just don't look like they're telling the truth. It's like they know their daughter is lying, but they're so far into it, they don't know how to pedal backwards. And I'm sorry, if my daughter says she's missing 49 hours and then just arrives home on foot, like, who brought you here? The hospitals released you, you're fine, you have no mental injuries. And by the way, everyone was like, maybe she had a mental break. No, it's not a sudden mental break, because she was Googling the stuff and she was planning the stuff, okay? That shows premeditation for the crime of abducting yourself. I don't know where people do this at. Apparently in Birmingham, Alabama, they abduct themselves. I don't know why they abduct themselves, but Carlee Russell is a lie. She is a whole lie. So embarrassing. I don't even know what you have to do with yourself after this. You've now stolen from work. You're going to lose that. I don't know about this nursing degree. I heard she flunked out of school anyways. I don't know what the next move is for Carlee, but she is still refusing to speak to the police officers. The police officers were so professional. They said that they had been in communication with her parents and that they are still looking for an opportunity to speak to her, but their police work is going to continue, and that they felt compelled to give this information to the public because people were rightfully concerned that there was an abductor on the loose. But if you were watching my show and my podcast, you definitely were not concerned because I told you that Carlee Russell is a lie. I told you. I said, I'm all in on this. It's a scam. As soon as she showed up on Foot Home, because the math just wasn't mathing, okay? It was not. I was just sitting here like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Where'd they do that at? Where do abductors take people at and feed them Cheez-Its and drop them off home? What do you get out of that? It's a weird thing to do. And why are you using a toddler? And I said, why did nobody else see the toddler? To this day, nobody else saw the toddler. Nobody else cared. People are just ruthless in Alabama. They drive down the highway, they see naked butt toddlers, and they just go, oh, I don't, it's not my business. I'm just going to keep going. No. Guys, we got to start using our brains. And LOL, please find, because I'm going to show them my favorite tweets when I was tweeting about this and saying that this was definitely a lie. Coming at me, we just need to support black women. I'm going to go back to all of you and tweet you and tell you that the reason you believed her is not because you're compassionate, but because you're stupid. And I can't fix that for you. I can't help you not be stupid. Okay, you can't hate Candace because she knows a scam and a scam and a scam and a scam, right? Like I said, I got all these rings right now just calling out BLM. It's a scam. Just smell it. I said from day one, it's a scam. Black people don't go out in a polar vortex. Black people don't follow toddlers into the woods. We don't get Blair Witch projected. It's just basic common sense stuff, guys. Carlee Russell, the story has fallen apart. I've been obsessed with the story, but of course there's going to be more details now. Now we got to figure out where she actually was 49 hours. Did she get on the bus? Did she come back? Did she make it up to Nashville? Maybe she went to a concert. There's a lot of concerts here and there. Maybe she went to the Ed Sheeran concert, went to Ben Shapiro concert. Maybe Ed Sheeran was the redhead who took her from the woods. I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't know who took her. I don't know where she went, but we need more details because I am obsessed. All right? All right, guys. I just had to give you this update because this story is wild. Also, Jason Aldean all day, every day. Goodbye.